All right, I don't know why it's not working, but I need this to happen in here. Yes. Can we try that now? And this, now I hear it. Ah, okay, there we are. And I am starting it all. Am I recording? I am. Okay. I have a funny hair bump, but you know. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to your Introduction to Religious Studies course orientation video. There will be 3 videos to help you get oriented to this class. This is the first one of 3. This video is about how the course works. The second of the videos will cover like how the grading works and what kinds of assignments you can expect. And the third video will cover the weekly routine, like what kinds of deadlines will there be and what can you expect to see appear on Desire to Learn, and just the schedule of how an average normal week will go as far as we can predict it now for this class. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you and hearing your thoughts about this topic. Let me get started with this orientation video's 3 points. First, I want to talk about the course textbook. And second, I want to talk about how you can contact me. And third, I want to talk about class meetings, Zoom meetings, and other like mechanics about how the course will go. So first, I'm going to share my screen so that you can see where on D2L to find the information that I'm showing you. I'm going to share my screen like that. Okay, so now you can see me. Yes, 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 and my screen. Desire to Learn is the LMS or the online learning management system that Canisius uses, and I'm sure that by now you've heard of this and you kind of know sort of what it is. I'm going to use it heavily, and I use it for a lot of different things. So it might be when you first log in that you see some orientation videos from our IT department, and I would say it'd be worth watching a couple of those to get oriented and practicing poking around in your D2L courses to learn how all of its features work. Right now, this is what the course first page looks like. There's a welcome message from me, a little bit of calendar for some of the upcoming things, and these tabs will help you figure out where everything else that you need is. Right now, I'm going to click on content, where there is already a lot of stuff. Some of it's visible, some of it's not. I'm not giving you access to the entire courses, everything's right at the beginning, because who needs that much information? It'd be an overload. But I am going to show you where you can look for the information about the assigned reading text. Under General Information and Resources, you will find the course syllabus, instructions to gain access to the course's ebook, and the homepage for the textbook itself. Once you are in there, it'll look something like this. Maybe not exactly like this because this is the instructor's view. The book is called Religion Matters. It's by Stephen Prothero, who's written a lot of books introducing the religions for courses just like this one. I've used others of his books before, and I think this one is better than any others he's done. You can see here the chapters and read it like this. This book is also available as a paperback. Oop. Looks like this. Handsome, heavy, many pictures. Because the book covers more religions than we'll have time to cover, it's kind of a heavy, large thing. Buying the ebook or subscribing to the ebook is a much more economical option than purchasing the paperback book. So I leave that up to you to decide, but if you're looking for a recommendation, I recommend going for the electronic version of the book. Second point, I want to talk about how you can contact me. First, I want to show you in the syllabus a list of sort of steps to take when you have a question about the course. This is for after the course is kind of up and running, and if you're confused about a deadline or a policy or what if kinds of questions. The syllabus can be found right here, and this is a good place to look at it because if I ever need to revise it, the most updated version will be here on Desire to Learn. And this is what it looks like. On page 11 of the syllabus, you can see, what do I want here? A list of steps to take for how to get an answer to a question when you have a question. First, I recommend looking at the syllabus. This syllabus is like 20 pages long. It's way too long. There's way more information than you can know off the top of your head. So consider it a reference point. I will ask you to read it for the first week of work so you can get oriented with the information, but I won't expect you to remember all of it, and you shouldn't expect that either. Keep it on hand and use it as a thing to refer to a couple times during the semester when you want to be reminded about policies or grading or the big picture questions about how the class is supposed to work. So if you have a question about the course, start by looking at the syllabus and see if it's answered there. If you don't see it there, then consider if the question is one that another student might find useful. And it's very likely that it would be a question that another student would want to ask. If you're confused about something, you won't be the only one who's confused about it. It means that something's not clear. So therefore, I have posted a course cafe in the Desire to Learn course, and you should go there and ask your questions. If you do that, I will get a little alert letting me know that there's a question there, and I'll get to it and answer it as soon as I can. But it's quite possible that another student will have an answer first, and you'll get an answer more quickly that way. Where's the course cafe? It's in a discussion board. So on Desire to Learn, to find the course cafe, you can click on discussions. And when you look there, you'll see all the discussions for the course. Most of them are not available to you yet because they're not due yet. But here's the course cafe. Now the discussion boards on Desire to Learn can take a little getting used to. So I recommend you practice with it. Maybe post something and learn how to get the hang of it. Practice looking at it in different ways. You have several options for how to set up your view of the whole discussion board. Find the one that works best for you. If you don't want to post the question that you have into the course cafe, if it's kind of a private question or if it's too specific to your own situation, then you can email me, or you can ask a question during my office hours, or you can make an appointment to see me. That's up to your style, to what you prefer. How do you email me? Well, my email is at the beginning of the syllabus, right here. And on Desire to Learn, if you click My Tools and Email, they'll give you a way to contact me or anybody enrolled in this course. And I think if you start typing my email address in, or my name, into your Canisius email brand new email, address bar, it'll populate with my information, Nancy Rourke, and that's an easy way to do it too. Third, you can request a meeting. If you want to request a meeting with me, you can just pick an open spot and put yourself down for it. Where do you do that? I have a Calendly page. Oops, here, excuse me. Under contacting the professor, you can click there and it will take you here. Pick a date that you'd like to meet and pick a time slot. Then you'll get an email reminder and I'll get an email reminder. If you can jot something in there to tell me a little bit about the topic of the meeting, that'll help me to be better prepared. Another option is to meet me during office hours. My office hours are posted at the top of the syllabus, like this is probably true for every syllabus that you're getting this week for next week's course beginnings. For me, they're Mondays, 1 to 4, but that's not the only time you can meet me. Office hours are a time where you can just show up and talk to me and not need an appointment. I will be sitting in my office hour Zoom room, just doing whatever I do here at my desk and waiting for a student to pop in. Pop in and ask your question. How will you know where to get to my Zoom room? While office hours are happening, there will be a little alert here on the D2L main page with a link to the Zoom room. There you go. Mondays 1 to 4. So those are the ways that you can contact me. The third topic I want to cover in this orientation video is how class meetings will work. You probably got an email from me already about this, and a few of you emailed me back to ask about it. Let me point out where in the syllabus you can get more information about this. Check page 3. Actually, page 2 to page 3. During the first week of classes, we will have class meetings on Tuesday and Thursday. But you, if you want to attend one of the class meetings, you should attend either the Tuesday section or the Thursday section. Which section? That depends on which class cohort you've been assigned to. You should have gotten an email from me already earlier this week, which tells you what cohort you belong to. If not, you can find out what group you are assigned to through Desire to Learn. On Tuesday, members of Cohort Lion will attend, and on Thursday, members of Cohort Eagle will attend. Please do not try to come to class on a day outside of your cohort day. The reason is obviously social distancing. We're only allowed to have up to 14 individuals in a classroom at any given time. Where do you go if you're going to class? The top of the syllabus names the 2 rooms that I teach in. If you're in the 10 a.m. class, Science Hall, room 1004. That's the main floor of Science Hall. It's a big room, big, wide room. If you're in the 2:30 afternoon class, Horan O'Donnell, 107. That is the, I think it's called the Health Sciences. I'm not sure what the building is called other than that. Horan O'Donnell, 107. It's one of the buildings around the Canisius quadrangle, the main quad right behind Old Main. But in-person class attendance is never required for this course. You should think of it as an optional thing. I will never deliver a lecture in person. All the lectures for the course will happen over Zoom. So any students who, for whatever reason, want to take this as an exclusively online course, you're free to do so. It'd be fine, there's no penalty. If you are a student who wants to be able to attend classes, when you do come to class, it will be a workshop style course. We'll work on an assignment or talk about the reading questions for the week. It'll be in-class work time. If I can, I will try to record those, but I am not at all sure that I'll be able to. That's not an option for all rooms. Also, I'm going to want to be able to walk around the front of the room, and I'm not sure how recording it would work. So whatever it is that we do in class during a week, I will put a little description on Desire to Learn describing the exercise. For students who would want to attend class, your performance during that little class meeting will be part of your grade for that week's grading. But for students who do not want to attend class, everything can be done online. That means discussions and the reading questions and any quizzes, everything will be right there. Everything already is there. Class meetings in person will not be offered every week of the semester. At the moment, I'm hoping to do it during the first week of classes because I like to see however many of you I can see and kind of get a sense of what the discussions will be like and hear from you. Of course, I'm sure you've already noticed that that can change quickly. Governor Cuomo made an announcement about 2 hours ago about universities staying open and the conditions for whether or not we'll be allowed to offer in-person classes. So keep an eye on communications from Canisius, as you already know, to find out if there are any changes coming your way with regard to that. In this course, I will be offering in-person class meetings on many weeks, but not every week. For example, if there is a week that just requires a lecture and some discussion from the whole class that I want all the students to participate in, then I will do it via Zoom. Students can attend from phones or tablets or computers or whatever you got there, or even just a phone call. So those will be synchronous. They will always happen during our scheduled class time on either Tuesday or Thursday of any given week. And if there is a live Zoom lecture meeting happening in any one week, that means that in-person class meetings will not happen for that week. I can do one or the other, but not both in a week. For discussions for students who are exclusively online or for the weeks that we don't have class meetings, they'll take place in the discussion boards, and those look just like the course cafe that I've already showed you. Some weeks we will only do that. That is, on many weeks there will be no synchronous lecture, so no Zoom lecture, and there will be no in-person class meeting offered. Instead, I'll post recordings like videos, or I will rely on your ability to read the text and ask questions, maybe meet me in person, maybe in small groups meetings, if some of you wanted to coordinate to manage that, something like that. We'll have to see how that goes. How do you know what kind of a week each week is? The course syllabus has a course schedule, which gives you a profile for each of the weeks. And again, of course, all of this could be revised if something changes with regard to the pandemic. Let's look at week 3 of the course schedule in the syllabus. You can find that in the syllabus on page 15. And that week, we're covering the religion called Christianity. And you can see right here in the syllabus, there's a little note saying this week features a live Zoom class meeting. It'll happen on Tuesday during your regular class time, which means either 10 a.m. or 2:30 p.m., depending on what schedule you are registered in or which section you're registered in. And that means that during that week, there'll be no in-person class meeting for this course. Instead, it'll be a Zoom meeting. Attendance at Zoom meetings are required, and I will be recording them in case something needs to be, heard a second time, or if any students would prefer to review the material using a video version of a live Zoom lecture meeting. So those are the 3 points about how this course works. I've talked a little bit about what the course textbook that we do the assigned readings in is and how to find it. I've talked about a few different ways you can contact me. And I've talked about the way that class meetings or Zoom meetings or asynchronous discussions will work. I hope this gives you enough information to cover that stuff. The second of the 3 videos is going to cover how the grading works and what kinds of assignments there will be. And the third of the orientation videos will talk about the weekly routine, like what is due and when and how do you know. But that's it for now for me for video 2. I'm looking forward to hearing from all of you. Have a good afternoon. That's it from me for now. Thank you for listening.